good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your favorite funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us from Tbilisi to Ankara, from Georgia to Turkey, using the Anadolu jet or AJet Anatolia 616 flight number, using the 737-800 by PMDG. And I believe, let's check the flight time, because I've been sort of doing everything sort of on the fly here. The flight time is 1 hour and 40 minutes. We're using GSX and main engines for the ATC. Alright, let's get the ugly pump out of the way. That thing is bulky as hell. Alright, so here we are. We're parked here at gate 101 at Tbilisi International Airport. And we have already finished boarding, which is a little bit out of my usual flow. So, just to quickly double check a few things. We have a boarding. I've pretty much set up the entire FMC. So now actually to request clearance, maybe we'll get a totally different clearance. We'll see about that. Alright, so let's get to the charts. And then we can find our ATC information, and then we'll also request clearance with delivery. So the ATC information 132.8, let's start with that. 132.8. We'll listen to the weather. And then in the meantime we'll preset 131.7.
And if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima.
Lima.
Tbilisi International Airport. Information Lima. 1330 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 31 left, 31 right. Wind 300 at 5. Visibility 10. Scattered at 5000 cumulonimbus. Temperature 30, dew point 17. QNH 1005. Density altitude 4000 feet. Localizer service may be unreliable. Check instruments carefully.
Okay.
Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have
Alright, so we have information Lima. We do not have any transition level. We'll find out about that. So let's get to our OFP. And pretty much filled out everything. Let's have a look. So it'll be here once, so let's just see what's going to happen. Delivery. Good afternoon, Anatolia 616, type Boeing 737-800. We are gate 101 with information Lima, requesting IFR clearance to Ankara.
You're still on right frequency?
Oh, my bad, Anatolia 616. So where then do we go? Whoopsies. We got ATIS, apron, tower. Okay. Then let's check with St. Anxious AI. What they say, do they have, let's see, clearance? Anatolia 616, can you help us out with the frequency? We cannot find the frequency for delivery, please.
Ground flight deck Arkady, evening, Tbilisi, clearance 127.2.
Thank you, 127.2, Anatolia 616. The guy called me Arkady, did you hear that?
feet. Localizer service may be unreliable. Check instruments carefully. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
Flight 127.2. Delivery, good evening, Anatolia 616. Type is Boeing 737-800. Position is gate 101. We have information Lima, requesting IFR clearance to Ankara.
Anatolian 616, clear to Ankara via the ZAGOT 1 departure, then as filed. Runway 31 left, initial climb to 5,000, departure on 127.2, squawk 3661.
Clear to Ankara via the via the ZAGOT Tango 1 departure, then as filed, runway 31 left. Initial climb 5,000, departure frequency 127.2, squawk 3661, Anatolia 616.
Anatolian 616, read back correct. Contact tower on 119.0.
119.0, Anatolia 616, thank you. So we got the ZAGOT 1 departure. So just to double check.
Departure Turkish 7 Quebec Zulu 2000 for 4,000.
Turkish 7 Quebec Zulu, Tbilisi radar center, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11,000.
Climbing 11,000, Turkish 7 Quebec Zulu.
South of runway 31 left. And I guess the runway condition here is still dry, but they have some severe weather in the area. 1005. Go ahead and calculate. Acceleration height 1500, flaps 5, so we'll do a takeoff here, I think 51 degrees. Give us a 94.2, we get 94.8. Alright. Take off with flaps 5. And the CG is 20.6. Trim 5.25. V1 138. Rotate 140, V2 143. And the runway length remaining 908. I think that should be it. So initial climb was to 5,000. And just to check the runway heading 310, just by stupid control of 310. I don't think we loaded Navigraph charts here yet. Let's do that. This probably still yesterday's flight, so we go import Simbrave, and this is the one we need. So runway 31 left, ZAGOT 1, that's left turn. Any speed restrictions, doesn't really look like it. I guess we can safely go and just use this. Just to check 3-1. 31 left, that's right behind us. Cool. So we'll push back nose to the right to get up to Charlie. Echo, Echo. Oh, that's it, Charlie and Echo. Alright, then... As I said, I'm a little bit out of my flow because I was basically I just received the new FMC. So I already had the MCDO. Today I received the FMC and I was just checking it out and I figured I'm just gonna stream this flight. So that's why I'm a little bit out of my usual workflow, if you will. But these are all excuses. I'm going to do this, so let's open up the fuel pumps. And do I have anything? We have a little bit of descent attacks, so these need to come on as well. So the APU is starting yet, isn't it? The APU is going to start now. Yaw damper can come on. Emergency exit lights, and we'll be cruising at 320. .005, so we're at 1550 altitude, or elevation if you will. Alright, APU bleed can come on. Let's go APU generators. Turn off the ground power. Release the ground power. Also remove the chocks. Maybe we'll close all the doors. Okay, auto thrust can be on. Lateral navigation, vertical navigation, that doesn't accept yet. That's yes, because we need to turn on the flight directors first. VNAV, LNAV, alright, it's looking good. Let's set our squawk code 3661. And tower 119.0. And we'll also get our departure frequency. Where did I note that? 127.2. Tower Anatolia 616, request push and start.
Anatolian 616, push and start approved. Tail southeast.
Tail southeast, Anatolia 616, thank you.
Anatolian 616, not clear what you said. Say again.
Oh, here we go again. How many R's are there in the word strawberry? Let's follow for that trap again.
Anatolian 616, can you repeat that?
How many R's are there in the word strawberry?
Anatolian 616, say again.
Anatolia 616, say again.
Anatolian 616, say again.
No, we didn't copy that. Could you please repeat Anatolia 616? Yeah, they're not falling for that trap anymore.
Anatolian 616, say again.
How many R's are there in the word strawberry?
Anatolian 616, can you repeat that?
No, it's okay, man. It was funny the first time. Thank you. Anatolia 616. Alright, so push back. That's nose to the left.
Anatolian 616, not clear what you said. Say again.
Disregard. Anatolia 616. Disregard. Okay, this was very sexy. Alright.
Anatolian 616, not clear what you said. Say again.
You need to set parking brakes to
Oops,
request
we need to
ground
set parking
services.
brakes.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
And then 5.25. About 5 1/4. Let's get a little bit closer. It should be something like that. Alright, so let's push back.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pins inserted. Locking gear.
That will be nose to the left, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, engine number 2. So, just installed this AJet livery to the PMDG app.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Alright, flap 5. So, verify takeoff speed. V1 is 138, rotate 140, V2 speed is 143. Let's not blow the engine. So no seated passengers. Let's confirm a good engine start with GSX.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Main generators. The APU can come off.
Truck disconnected, bypass bin removed. Left is clear, right is clear. So tail southeast. That's what they have. I wonder, so are they getting us out through here and not through here? That's a little bit weird, but okay. Tower Anatolia 616, request taxi.
Anatolian 616, runway 31 left, taxi via Charlie Echo.
See. Charlie Echo, Anatolia 616. So why does it say tail southeast? Just to double check that I'm not totally crazy. I don't mind being a little bit. Let's have a look at the chat transcript. Request push and start, approved tail southeast. So there you have it, kids. And where is our tail pointing? To the south and to the east. And then the guy says via Charlie and Echo. Well, I can tell you it's this one. But this doesn't appear to have a name. So basically they just gave us a totally wrong pushback. And I don't know, I don't want to immediately start questioning them. But here we are. So parking brake, well, let's wait with releasing the parking brake. Runway 12 lights and taxi lights. And then we'll release that sucker. Tower Anatolia 616, you made us push back with the tail to the southeast, and then you gave us taxi clearance for Charlie and Echo. What's the reason for that? Let's see if they understand.
Anatolian 616, tail southeast is standard for this taxi route to runway 31 left.
Okay, so I have to do a 180 turn now then to get to Charlie and Echo.
Anatolian 616, tail southeast is standard for this taxi route to runway 31 left.
Yes, I heard that the first time.
And so how are we supposed to get to Charlie and Echo? Do we have to drive backwards? I think I'm detecting slight annoyance in my
Anatolian
other
616 negative, perform a 180 degree turn to taxi via Charlie and Echo.
performing a 180 turn to Anatolia 616. Thank you. Well, at least the plane can do it. Imagine doing this with the MD-11, you know, that's going to be horrible. But okay, here we are then, rolling. So one of the channel's first subscribers once asked me to fly to or from Tbilisi, so this is the second time we're doing that. So I'm just going to shout out to Way Into Adventures. And I think I'll be flying here a couple of times more for sure. I think actually this might be I think actually purchased this airport. Or at least, well, the scenery. I did not purchase any airport. But we are already on Tower 3 to see that's convenient. Let's do some jet blast here. There we go, now we're rolling. So we are actually very close to the runway. It's just really weird that they make you push back with your tail to the very direction they're going to send you to taxi to. And then make you do a 180. But I think everything else is set up for departure. We have the departure frequency already on standby. Let's see, this is 127.2. I got that on standby in the COM1 box. Let's turn on traffic on our navigation display. Let's also turn on the TCAS. We're squawking 3661. And our flaps are at 5, which is takeoff position. Our auto brakes are RTO, rejected takeoff. So we should be totally good and dandy. I don't believe there's any speed restrictions. 250 knots and then 305, but then we should already supposed to be above flight level 310. 130, excuse me, at ZAGOT. And the wind was 300 at 5. Here's our runway. Tower Anatolia 616 holding short, runway 31 left. We are ready for departure.
Anatolian 616, runway 31 left, winds 230 at Niner. RNAV ZAGOT, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 31 left, Anatolia 616. Light, landing light. You could do this entire thing. How did this work again? Okay, we'll just do it the stupid way, I guess. Done. Alright. And position, strobe and steady. So this is 3-1 left. Alright, so we already have our takeoff clearance. The packs are still off. APU bleed can come off actually as well. And then let's start the timer. 50% and 1. And we'll set takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust set, I confirmed.
Airspeed lock.
Check. Get up. The fuel warning that we see there, just we can ignore. I will tell you later. It is just the center tanks that are they had only like 0.32 and that. Autopilot on.
616, contact departure.
Going to departure, then Anatolia 616. Departure, good evening, Anatolia 616, 4000, climbing 5000.
Anatolian 616, Tbilisi departure, radar contact. Climb 10,000, direct ZAGOT.
Climb 10,000, direct ZAGOT, Anatolia 616. Alright, direct ZAGOT. Flaps up. Then we will lock the landing gear. Turn on the packs. And this message about the fuel, that is because our fuel pumps are still open, but it's low pressure, there's no fuel in there. So that's now fixed. Let's have a look outside. That's Georgia. Leaving Tbilisi behind us. So we'll fly the AJet to Ankara. Here's the city.
616. Climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, Anatolian 616. So after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, specs auto. This is usually the case. Engine bleeds on, specs are set to auto. Landing gear up and off. And flaps up, no lights. Flaps are up, no lights, and the flap lever is also in the up position. So that is after takeoff checklist complete. Now what's really cool about the MCDU, or actually the FMC that I now received today. The MCDU sort of works, just not all the buttons work. In the end, it's just it's basically just a display with programmed buttons. But as you can see, we have a climb, cruise, and descent buttons. So we can just hit descent with my right hand. We can see our descent is at 1529. Can go to the cruise page. It's amazing. It's really incredible, and it looks good too. Everything works. The lightness. It all just works straight out of the box. All you have to do is first run the program that comes with it, hook it to the program, and then make sure you're starting with the latest firmware, and then you're pretty much good to go, which is really cool. So back to the leg stage. We're on our way to ZAGOT. We should there be flight level 130 or above, and we're already clear to flight level 180. And let's set standard fashion. So N1 LNAV VNAV speed. Speed 305, and we should see in the climb page that the target speed is 305, so that's looking good.
Radar on 133.5.
Tbilisi radar on 133.5, Anatolian 616. Alright, that got cut short there. But let's do that. 133.5. Or 1000 from our altitude. Tbilisi radar, good evening, Anatolian 616, flight level 175, climbing flight level 180.
Tbilisi radar identified. Good evening. Climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Anatolia 616. That's how we're going to continue to climb. Let's do alt intervents. There you go. N1 LNAV VNAV speed. And we're climbing.
Contact Tbilisi radar on 125.125.
125.125, Anatolia 616, fly back. Tbilisi radar, good evening, Anatolia 616. flight level 195, climbing flight level 260. We are 54 nautical miles from November Oscar Lima Golf Alpha.
Anatolian 616, Tbilisi radar identified. Good evening, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, Anatolian 616. Right, so that's our cruising altitude. And we'll hit our cruising altitude 48 nautical miles.
Descend to flight level 170 at your discretion. Flight level 170, arm rider 349.
So top of descent will be 15:29. That's in 1 hour and 6 minutes. So maybe if we put on our noise cancelling headphones. And I believe that's this one. Why do you have to keep doing this? Radar 133.4 and Anatolia 616.
Arm rider 349, descend to flight level 140, expect lower. Flight level 140, arm rider 349.
Let's turn on the engine sound of the bike. Let's first have a communication with these guys. See how that works. Radar Anatolia 616, flight level 262, climbing flight level 320. We are 26 nautical miles from NOLGA.
Anatolia 616, Tbilisi radar identified. Good evening.
I don't know, I'm a flight singer and I like my little sounds. Even though I guess the more realistic option would actually be this. Because pilots always have these noise cancelling headphones. Excuse me. think I like this Liberty. It's jet. I don't know what else to make of it, man. It's a jet. Yeah. I don't know, landing lights still on. I think our passengers are still strapped in as well. Poor people, they can now walk around. Not sure if you put this on FLT, it seems to make sense, but I just got to do it. It's probably wrong. So 0.77 Mach. And our target speed is 0.77. That's fine. So cruising altitude flight level 320, 32,000 feet, so we're almost there. That's another 3,000 feet to go. And in about 1 hour and 1 minute we will start our descent into Ankara. But I'm looking forward to landing this plane in Ankara. And I believe this is actually a real-world operated flight with Anatolia. This was actually, as you can see, Anadolu Jet. I'm not really sure what they did.
Airplane 1829, climb and
Either they
maintain
are
flight
part
level
of
240.
either they are part of Anadolu Jet or Anadolu Jet just changed their name and are now AJet. I'm not really sure. I don't know, they also fly for Turkish Airlines. But that was under Anadolu Jet. But we're almost at cruising altitude. Alright, back to the flight deck. We are at cruising altitude now, flight level 320, 32,000 feet. Alright, so while the airplane is looking pretty, I will step off into the galley and I will be back within a minute or so.
Anatolian 616, contact Ankara control on 118.55.
Alright, so just as I stepped away, I heard that we got a handoff. Ankara control 118.55. Man, this controller is getting uncontrollable. Ankara control, Anatolia 616, iyi akşamlar. Flight level 320, we are 18 nautical miles from Gontu.
Anatolian 616, Ankara control, identified. Good evening.
So we have Turkish airspace. Check the weather at our destination. Wind 040 at 8 knots, varying from 350 to 080. 10 kilometers or more visibility, scattered clouds at 4,000 feet. Temperature at 28, dew point 08, QNH 1011. So 040 at 8, and which runway did we have? And then 03.
Anchor control, Yankee 58
Island
with you.
Zulu 03.
Flight level 380, descending flight level 340.
So that's looking good.
Anchor control, Yankee 58, can we go on frequency briefly? Company needs us.
Yankee 58, approved. Report back up.
Anchor control 754, flight level 320.
Let's get the charts for Ankara. On arrival, the ILHAN 1 Sierra. That's this one. And the approach, well, we're not quite sure which one, but ILS, I've selected ILS Zulu for 03 right. We could also take this one actually, category 2.
From Soleil 45, flight level 230, descending flight level 210.
Soleil 45, Roger.
Runway 03 right, the localizer is 110.9. Alright, let's set above sides, 110.9. India Alpha Echo Sierra. And the final approach course is 030.
1 Soleil 45, continue descent, 17,000.
So So core 030
7000, transfer 845.
and 030 on this side as well. So the glide slope should take us down. Let's see what's the airport elevation. 3100 feet. And the glide slope is starting at 5.5 nautical miles from NBG. And that is actually Esenboğa VOR, not the localizer. I don't know how far apart these two are. I don't like when they do that. I prefer when the distance is stated in the actual distance to the localizer itself. But this is what it is. So 5.5 nautical miles from NBG. And then we can also maybe do that. NBG, we'll put that in our fixed page. So we go fixed. NBG. Invalid entry. Oh wait. Of course. Let's delete this one. NBG. That is it. 5.5 nautical miles. And let's see, 180. 210. 210 degrees at 5.5.
754, contact Yerevan Control on 127.6, so long.
127.6, good evening, 754.
That's it. And then we can also add fixed page 210. And let's also put one at 15 nautical miles. And then we have the extended runway center line there. So that should be fine. Let's see if we go legs.
Ankara Control, Lufthansa 756 with you, flight level 270.
FF03 light.
Lufthansa 756, Ankara Control, identified.
FF03 light. So that's when the glide slope will start to take us down. So at least we have some visual reference there. And I will also put one line at 15 nautical miles just to have a sort of a buffer. I just can go back to map. And then what else do we need to know? We would like to know the decision altitude. That's the radio altitude 202 feet, AGL above ground level. Now, it would also be nice if we could already pick up the AJet, but not sure, we might be too far out. AJet information is 123.6. Let's try and get that on our COM2 radio. 123.6. Let's see if they're transmitting. Well, they are, but if we can receive them. But we might still be too far out. If we go like, if we copy the runway and go to our progress page and put that, well actually we can already see like our destination. So we're 438
level 240, descending 1000.
Lufthansa 756. Traffic 11 o'clock and 20 miles. Crossing right to left. An Airbus 320. Flight level 300.
So we got Tiare at 8,000 or above, and then there's a route discontinuity. Let's have a look at that. So ILHAN 1 Sierra, that's our arrival. So Tiara and then, okay, so Tiara and then Santa Fe 03 right. It's probably around here somewhere. We may just be able to join them, but we're probably going to get vectors anyway. But we can also have a look on the nav display. If we go to our plan page, let's see what it's going to look like from above. So basically Tiare to Santa Fe 03 right, that is currently not connected. And very likely after Tiare we'll actually get vectors, but not sure if it says here on the chart. There's no arrows pointing out of it, so it doesn't really say that we're going to get vectors, I guess. But what we could do if we want, just copy this one, put it there, and execute. And then at least we'll have the entire route. But very likely we'll just get vectors anyway. Right, so the AJet information 123.6, that is still waiting. It is on. We are listening, or are we? No, we are not. Yes, we are. Excuse me. I'll take it back. We are. We're listening to COM2 as well. We're just too far out. Now we can also check here. So QNH currently is 1011. And here we have preset it. So descent is about 45 minutes. And we're already pretty much set up. Let's see the airport. So runway 03. Right. Left settle. And here I have the runway 03 right. That runway is long enough, and we'll probably vacate Mike 6 right there. So I heard this pilot say something interesting, and as most of us probably already know, this is like the most important part on the primary flight display, this part up here. This is actually telling you what the aircraft is doing. It's doing FMC speed, it's following lateral navigation, and it's on a VNAV path. So instead of like focusing here and saying, well, my VNAV is on, so this is basically your wish list, that's what they said. And I thought it was a really cool type of wording. This is just your wish list. This is what I would like. But this is where you see what the aircraft is actually doing. Which is seems like very reasonable advice. For if you care anything about self-preservation, even though you can just crash in the pilot or in the flight, it doesn't matter. But yeah, and so for this aircraft we're now using from these two, we're using the hardware, the mode control panel, basically from the chorus button here to this chorus button here, or the knobs, I guess you would say. And we're also using the FMC pieces of hardware, totally amazing. I may also get this one, and for the Airbus I ordered this part as well, because that's actually a lot different than from Boeing. And I'm also going to order the Aegis on the left side for the Airbus at least. But you know, it all costs money, so it cannot go totally hog wild and crazy. So the airport elevation was 3,100 feet.
Lufthansa 756. Contact Yerevan Control on 127.6. So long.
3,100. We're that early doing this. I mean, what in case we need to divert or something, I would need to put all the information again. But let's assume that it's not needed, since we're doing this in a quite a controlled setting. So 3,100 feet is our landing elevation. That's set there. And maybe we'll just wait a little bit, but I guess we'll just use auto brakes too for landing. Alright, so our fuel currently carrying 5.6 thousand kilograms. We go to our progress page, and it is expected that we'll land with 3.8 thousand kilograms in our tanks. So this is more than enough. Top of descent is at 15:28. That's in about 40 minutes.
control on 122.275.
Ankara control on 122.275. Anatolia 616. Bye bye. Ankara control, Anatolia 616, akşamlar, flight level 320, we are 5 nautical miles from Temel.
Anatolia 616, Ankara control identified, good evening.
I really don't like that we cannot open the door on it to the flight deck or to the cabin in the PMDG. Or at least not in the 757. Hyper windows, yes. I like that.
Beechcraft 35 Mike, traffic 11 o'clock, 20 miles, crossing left to right, a Boeing 737 at flight level 210. Contact Beechcraft 35 Mike.
Window shades, yes. Look at that. Alright, so how is this going to work now? Yes, look at this. I love it. Can make it nice and cozy up here, you know. And then for these, I think we only have this one. There's not another one option here or something, no.
Continue climb to flight level 210.
I'm hearing these general aviation planes. Maybe I'll do some general aviation flying again on the channel. But you know, lately I've been buying a couple of pieces of hardware, so I'm very enthusiastic about flying my airliners now. But it does seem nice to also maybe fly some general aviation aircraft soon as well. Well, it's 14:58. Top of descent should be in about 30 minutes. 15:28 and 214 nautical miles. Speed restriction can be 250 knots below 10,000. And if we check, if we land flaps 30, it's a little bit early to do this. At least we got something. That would be speed 143 plus 5 is speed 148. And we can also see that here in the leg page for the final fix and the runway, speed 148. So the arrival, let's see. In our case, it's just a typical RNAV style arrival. Just these waypoints. Basically, we're coming from ILHAN, so the ILHAN 1 Sierra, Alpha Charlie 093, 094, 095, 96, 97, then Bozok. 107, 117, and then Tiara, and then from there it stops. We should there be at or above 8,000 feet, unless cleared otherwise, and a max speed of 200 knots. So that might be a thing to try and achieve. Because probably at some point, I don't know, maybe like when we're here or something, they might just say, hey, we know a way to get you on faster, and just send us this way.
With you, 18,000
and then we
4,000.
So then we need to lose maybe a lot of altitude and speed.
Center 390, anchor control identified.
Which is like the worst combination, trying to lose both altitude and speed at the same time. Because basically the trade-off, right? You go down and you gain some speed. But I'm trying to learn, obviously, this energy management, but also to communicate with ATC, you know, like if we feel like, hey, we're not going to make that, it's not safe, then we just ask for additional track miles, you know, and they'll just factory you around or something, and then we just land it like butter style. At least make sure that it's a decent landing. Doesn't have to be butter, you know. It's obviously it's cool in a competitive kind of way, but it's not necessarily realistic. The point is just, I believe even too soft of a landing might challenge the automatic deployment of the ground spoilers upon weight on the wheels. So yeah, there's that as well. So pilots usually, as I understand, prefer to at least just touch down on the touchdown zone, rather than, you know, halfway down the runway, but it's still butter landing, you know. And so the touchdown zone would be these two marks. So pretty much that's what we'll be aiming for. And I must say, obviously, I'm also a little bit competitive with, well, towards myself, not to others, but I do like to have a smooth touchdown, you know, that's cool. But every now and then, I think my average is around somewhere between 200 and 300, let's say 250 feet per minute. I think that's totally acceptable. And every now and then there's a really smooth one, and every now and then there's a really hard one. And yeah, that's just how it is. So we are now under Ankara control. Let's have a look at the other frequencies. I think next one will be Ankara approach. 11. This is for Giresun. Maybe just forget about this for now.
Beechcraft 35 Mike, descend to flight level 230, pilot's discretion.
But we could check on the
flight
chart.
Level 270 for flight level 230. Beechcraft 35 Mike.
Anchor control center 390, we're getting light traffic.
Visibility 10. Scattered at 4,000.
This might be our later.
Temperature 27, dew point 8. QNH 1011. Transition level 120. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne holds. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra. Esenboğa,
Yes.
International Airport. Information Sierra. 1450 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 03 center, 03 left, 03 right. Wind 050 at 11. Visibility 10. Scattered at 4,000. Temperature 27, dew point 8. QNH 1011. Transition level 120. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne holds. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra.
Cool, so we got our information. And this was at 1450, I believe, so this is 15 minutes old. So top of descent, 165 nautical miles. Nobody told me that the Black Sea was actually blue. That one, I'm on your bed. Let's get our descent winds. Request. Ankara control, and it's only a 616. What ILS approach can we expect? Let's load them up.
Anatolia 616, expect the ILS runway 3 right approaching to Esenboğa.
Copy that. ILS 03 right, Anatolia 616, thank you. And execute. Alright, so we're going to have to change our approach. Shit. Departure arrival. Oh no, we were on right. Oh, never mind. Oh, in my head I thought we were at Charlie, at the center. And I think we have the ILS Zulu. beautiful. That will be our top of descent right there at Ekmek or ILHAN. So we are a little under 10 kilometers, with 9.7 kilometers above the ground. Now in the thrust page, our speed will change a little bit because we're still burning some fuel. We are now on a total of 4,800 kilograms of fuel. If we go to our progress page, we will see the aircraft thinks it's going to burn an additional 1,000 kilograms. And based on our current weight, it is giving us 30 degree, and I think it's based on our current weight because this number tends to go down. But for now, 143, that is still what we had, but this might go down to 142. I'm not sure if we will reach 141 though, but it's a good thing, I guess, to keep in mind as well. Man, I'm loving, totally loving the hardware version, man. I bought the MCDU for the Airbus, and then I flew the Boeing, and I used the MCDU for the Airbus. You can still use buttons like A, B, C, you know, you can use those buttons. They're all still the same. And I believe like the progress button that's also on the MCDU for the Airbus. But for instance, it does not have a fixed page. Not like this. In the Airbus you do it differently. And man, it just feels great to have this sitting next to me. And with my right hand I can just press these things. It's really amazing. And even, basically what you see in the flight sim is what you get with the hardware. So if I, the panel brightness, if I put that all the way down, then you will see the buttons are not lighting up. And that is the situation with me, with the hardware currently as well. So that's really, really very cool. I'm totally loving the hell out of it. And it just works, it works well. It's really cool. I'm beginning to understand the appeal of having a complete, like, a home cockpit setup, you know. But I don't think there's any room for that in my life, but I don't know. I can totally understand the appeal, absolutely. Because it's very nice to be that hands-on, you know, to have everything like around you. And basically at some point you probably just start missing it when you're flying an airplane for which you do not have proper hardware. And then all of a sudden you have to do this. And, I mean, it's not a complaint, right? It's just first world problems, okay? Let's put that up front first. But usually, like, you know, when the workload is high and you're having to, you know, to be precise, and then you want to scroll with think, but then by scrolling your mouse, all of a sudden you zoom in or you zoom out, you know, you just get these weird situations. That's not cool. Well, this is actually nice. You can see that the hardware is forcing it into the 25 degree position for our banking. So if I want to try with my mouse, it doesn't do it. That's really cool. I haven't seen that before. And even on the mode control panel that I have, there's the same master light for MA. So if you turn on the flight director, this one first, this will be the master, and this one will not. And that is just so cool. That's, yeah. The only thing, and I'm not complaining, that's just how they designed it. In the sim, this button is up. But with the hardware, you would. I do still have this button, but it springs. It's like a spring loaded, I believe it's called. So you just push it up, and it will immediately go back down again. But it still toggles the auto throttle on and off. and then for like $50 you could purchase like a button that actually stays in place, and it uses some magnetic, I believe, and then it will actually automatically turn off whenever you do something. I'm good. This is fine. But it is absolutely convenient. Like when agency says descend and maintain 26,000, you can just go. There you go. You can see the red one, and that's just amazing. So let's put it where we are supposed to be. 32,000. Once it starts vectoring you, you just basically you can imagine in my case, usually my left hand will be here to change the heading. Let's say they all of a sudden give us a heading, because right now we are in lateral navigation, so the aircraft is following this line, okay? But if all of a sudden air traffic control might say, hey man, turn left, heading 210, and then just imagine my hand turning left 210, immediately pressing heading select at the same, with the same reach. That is so cool. And at the same time, you can also still do it here, click, and then hit it. But yeah, I'm loving the hell out of it for sure. Well, it's 15:14. Another 14 minutes until our top of descent.
Anatolia 616, contact anchor control on 126.25.
126.25, Anatolia 616. Ankara control, Anatolia 616. Shamlar, flight level 320. We are 2 nautical miles from Oscar Romeo Victor Oscar Romeo.
Anatolia 616, Ankara control, identified. Good evening.
mic was off there for a second. But yeah, the hardware just works really cool. Alright, top of descent. 1518, this is about 10 minutes. Let's see if we have with frequency for approach and maybe also for the tower, that would be nice. We're at Esenboğa, so approach will be 119.1. We can preset it, 119.1. It's good to try and do these things in advance to relieve your workload later on. 119.1, and after that we will get tower 118.1. That's very convenient. And then ground will be 121.6. Maybe just take a quick note of these. Approach tower and ground. 121.6 for the ground. Tower was 118.1. And then approach, we already preset it, but it's 119.1. And we have thermal, what is it saying? Gate 114. Let's have a look at that. So this is our runway, 03 right. We'll probably exit mic 6 or mic 7. And then we'll go back via Lima. And I'm forgetting it, man. Was it 114? Man. Gate 114. So it's pretty close. Where is it? This one, 114. So Lima, and they'll take a right onto Hotel 1. And then Tango. And then 114 will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7 on the left. So this should also ensure the sort of a smooth, after landing experience, you know. So touchdown, exit the runway, probably mic 6 or mic 7, do Lima, take a right on Hotel 1, and then left onto Tango, and then it's number 7 on the right. They're not always numbered in the simulator, so you sort of have to work it out, right? Let's clean up the flight deck for our descent and landing. Alright, descent 50 nautical miles. And let's also start the Flight Echo program to record the telemetry for landing, and that will allow me to later go ahead and go back into the simulator and make a landing replay of the whole thing with multiple camera angles. That's just so much fun to do, man. And I'm totally spamming my channel with all these landing videos. Probably nobody's like, people are like, oh dude, what the hell, man. All these landing videos, just one after the other. But I like it, and I think that's a very good reason to just have some fun, and that's exactly what we're doing. So yeah, I have to make sure that I'm not, don't forget to press record. Usually I will do it not before the top of descent, and sometimes do it already at the top of descent. And I'm thinking, yeah man, I'm going to make an entire descent video out of the looking out of the window in the passenger seat, but then I end up hardly ever uploading that or actually even creating it. Even though it is still cool, I do them every now and then. either I just really feel like it, or the surroundings just look really cool. And so it's hard to work again. It is like so niche. There's so probably not a lot of people who would really want to watch it. It's something that I could watch and probably would fall asleep with, but not in a negative way. I would just be like, this is nice and chill. There's nothing too much going on, and just staring outside of a fake window. And I have to like it.
For flight level 240.
Descent. Flight level 110, pilot discretion.
Right, so somebody there is ready for descent, and I think we should be ready for descent as well. 30 nautical miles to go. 29 now. We do have a bit of headwind. And if we check, we're on our way to ACMAC. So this is the first constraint, flight level 140 or above. If we could make that, yeah, let's just make that 140, but not or higher. Just make it a hard constraint, so / flight level 140. Will it do that? Execute. Reset FCP altitude. Do we have any more of these jokes? $8,000 or above. Let's just also make that a hard constraint, / 8,000. So the message reset LCP altitude. Not really sure why we keep getting this. I mean, we are still on 32,000. Oh, we are at the top of descent. Shit. Anatolia 616, request descent. We should not be at the top of descent. See.
Anatolia 616, descend via ILHAN 1 Sierra to 8,000 into Esenboğa. QNH 1010.
Descent to 8,000 by the 1 Sierra 8,000, QNH 1010, Anatolia 616. So with all this talking, missed our top of descent.
Turkish 87, descend to flight level 300 at your discretion.
Turkish 87.
Let's get rid of the terrain there. And QNH 1010. The speed still 142, so final approach speed 147 knots. That's with wind correction. And this is saying will be, so maybe we should descend a little bit faster. What do you think? Can we do level change? Let's go speed 290. Let's see if this gets us down a little bit quicker. Well, that's the set. 1 minute, start the recording, so I don't forget.
Ankara Control, Wisco 5 with you, flight level 340 for flight level 360.
Ankara Control identified.
Right, so the time is 15:29. Expected touchdown 15:50. Yeah, so it's 20 minutes. Let's turn on the seatbelt sign. And let's select auto brake 2. I don't think our descent checklist is complete. Pressurization and landing altitude. Pressurization 1010, landing altitude 3100. Recall. Let's see if anything requires our attention. Nothing. Auto brake. We set that to auto brake 2. Landing data, VLF minimum. I'm never really quite sure what landing data means. For me, it's everything. So that we have 110.9 at 030 degrees.
Wisco 5, traffic 1
We got our left
miles,
speed.
opposite direction.
142 plus 5 is 147 knots. Decision altitude 202 feet above ground level. And we have the pressurization 1010, or the QNH, I should say, the air pressure. Approach briefing has been completed as well. Then approach will be the altimeter. That was flight level 120. I think we're descending, oh actually now it's only 2,000 feet per minute. Let's see maybe if we can go back to VNAV, but not sure if that's sensible.
Turkish 87, descend to flight level 280, expect lower.
Brake required, so let's get some speed brakes out.
Australian 616, contact Esenboğa, approach on 119.1.
Going to approach Anatolia 616, bye bye. Approach Anatolia 616, iyi akşamlar. Flight level 183, descending 8,000. We are 1 nautical mile from Alpha Charlie 093.
Anatolian 616, Esenboğa approach, identified. Good evening, clear TR transition. Expect the ILS Zulu, runway 3 right approach into Esenboğa. Verify information Tango.
We're checking on the information, standby, Anatolia 616.
Visibility 10. Scattered at 4,000. Temperature 27. Dew point 7. QNH 1012. Transition level 120. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne holds. Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango. Esenboğa, International Airport. Information Tango. 1520 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 03 center, 03 left, 03 right. Wind 050 at 11. Visibility 10. Scattered at 4000. Temperature 27, dew point 7.
Not a lot changed.
QNH 1012.
Anatolia 616, expecting ILS Zulu, runway 3 right, and clear for the TRA transition. We have information Tango, Anatolia 616. Then tower will be 118.1. We still have our speed brakes out, and we just changed the descent speed to 250 knots. Speed brake retracted. Belt intervent, let's keep going down to 8000. I'm going to get some more speed brakes again. Let's go speed 230. Right, 12,000. Let's start the APU for now. Engine start, selectors, continuous relights. Passengers are strapped in. also turn on the landing lights. Well, there was a way to do all the lights in one go. This is to get them up. There you go. So QNH should be 1010, but they said 1010, but on the 8 this is actually set 1012. Let's just use the B button, then at least the simulator will be fine. B brake retracted. And let's extend them again. We'll just try and stay on 230. We're descending 2,000 feet per minute. So we got about 30 seconds until we're at 8,000 feet. So we are still increasing our speed there. Ever so slightly, so yeah. So maybe we could now go back VNet. FNC speed, LNAV, VNF path. We're getting close, so we'll also turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. APU is on, or well, available. Speed 230, FMC speed. Speed 200. Go flaps 1. And we retract the speed brake. Arming ground spoilers. Looks like they're making us fly the entire approach here. I put the wrong pin earlier. .372. So at this moment, this is why a piece of hardware for this would be very nice. So I'm guessing the speed management, the energy management that I'm doing currently results in us flying probably a little bit too slow. We are 22 nautical miles from the localizer. Not in track miles. In track miles it should be a little bit more. It's 26 miles. And our speed is down to 141, so let's change that. So final approach speed is 146. Glide slope intercept 4,090 feet. Flaps 2. So we are now 1 hour 32 minutes into the flight.
Anatolian 616, cleared for the ILS Zulu runway 3 right approach via Itinerary.
Cleared for the ILS Zulu 03 right approach via Itinerary, Anatolian 616. Let's go ahead and arm the localizer. Localizer armed. Flaps 5. Airport in sight. Let's drop the gear to have a little bit more drag. Flaps 15. Now we're standing by for localizer capture. It's still white and armed. Localizer capture. 4 lock. Let's go final approach speed 146 knots.
2500.
And flaps 30. We're 7 miles out. There's a runway in sight. Engine start switches to continuous relight. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down, flaps down to the green light.
Contact Esenboğa Tower on 118.1.
We'll go to tower Anatolia 616, Robert. Tower Anatolia 616, iyi akşamlar. Capture by the localizer, we are 5.3 nautical miles, 03 right.
Anatolian 616, runway 03 right, wind 050 at 11. Clear to land?
03 right, clear to land, Anatolia 616, thank you. Right, 1000, turn off the autopilot.
Approaching runway 3 right.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Welcome to Ankara, everybody. Defer. Knots, engine still idle. Flaps up. Speed brake retracted.
Anatolian 616, exit at Lima is able. Contact ground on 121.6.
Leave at able and Ground 121.6, Anatolia 616, thank you.
Anatolian 7 Golf Charlie, short of 03 center, ready for departure.
Anatolian 7 Golf Charlie, winds 050 at 11, runway 03 center, cleared for takeoff.
03 center, cleared for takeoff, Anatolian 7 Golf Charlie.
Looks like this whole taxiway lever is missing. Am I crazy? Okay, so that blows monkey balls with cheese. What the hell, man? Right, so I guess that's it then. We'll just exit right here. We'll just keep it here and we'll land the flight. Well, we'll land it in one piece. That is a kill picture. Alright, man, thank you very much for checking, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the flight. For sure I had great fun doing it myself. And let's see if we can make a landing video. That will be nice, landing replay. Thank you very much for checking, and I will see you all at the next video. Everybody stay funky, man. See you later. Bye-bye.